And hello. What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. That's Robert Ferguson, and I'm going to share because I care. Oh, for those of you who are new to me, I want to say thank you for listening in because we're going to talk about something today that falls into the category of Black and Hispanic Latin women who are challenged with type 2 diabetes. Now, even though I'm going to share some stats specifically about Black women, and the question is framed around Black women, this is something that is affecting all women as well as men. But I just want to just tighten up, and I want you to kind of see what I'm seeing. And I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again because a lot of this has to do with how we continue to do nothing. And I want to hear from you, like, why is it that we have this epidemic, same as obesity, and there's a way to reverse it. There's a way to improve your situation, but people continue to do nothing about it. Not all people, because I'm helping people right now. I'm helping people reverse it. You know, I took on in the last couple days, 17 new clients. I have 2 slots left for anyone who wants to reverse their fatty liver. And then if it's not with me, I have other coaches I can connect you with. There is no reason to live with this. And when I say live with this, I am talking about pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver. Okay? Now, everything that I'm going to share with you today is brought to you by our Detox Drop, where you can drop it like it's hot. At the same time, I want to encourage you, there's a link, you can learn more about it. At the same time, you can learn about our upcoming conference, which I'm going to talk a little bit about because I'm excited. We secured another featured guest who is going to share some stuff. I can't wait. I am just pumped about what we're going to talk about in this one little segment. I mean, we're going to be talking for 2 days about things, but wow. I mean, I put it out there in the universe and we got an answer. So I am pumped about it. I'll share a little bit more with you about that. But if you want to learn more about our 8-week fat loss challenge, you want to learn more about the conference, there are links available. And if you're interested in improving your health, if you're interested in doing something about it, instead of just sitting back watching other people reverse their fatty liver, sitting back watching other people reverse their type 2 diabetes, sitting back watching other people lose weight, okay, lose weight and live and look their best, as you just keep watching and doing nothing about it, I want to invite you to do something about it. And specifically, I'm going to talk about my sisters, because I look at the data all the time. I'm looking at it, and of course, being a Black man who's got a Black mom, who's got Black aunts and family members that I love, and friends I grew up with, people who will kind of listen to this, may watch a little bit, may listen a little bit, and I'm just watching them do nothing to improve their situation. Nothing. Mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. And I've been with the likes of big organizations that say they support and they help and do things for the Black community, but they do nothing. They do nothing. Now, I'm doing something, but it just blows my mind when I look at the data and watch these people do nothing. Celebrities talking the big talk, do nothing. We live in a world where Oprah Winfrey, who's a Black woman, got over $2 billion, does nothing. It's just mind-blowing to me. And now I would get if they said, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. Well, I have 160 something coaches, and we have proven to be able to reverse type 2 diabetes. We're here. Help us. Give us some of the money so we can actually make ourselves available to make a difference in the lives of many. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, stay with me on this. And if you got questions, you don't got to be Black. You don't got to be Latina to ask questions. This pertains to everybody. And it doesn't have to be about type 2 diabetes. It doesn't have to be about fatty liver. It can be about whatever you want to talk about, wherever you have a question. But I'm going live on this Motivational Monday. And for those of you who are catching the replay, I'm glad you caught the replay. Share this. Share this. Because my goal is to like restore hope and to help people realize there is something they can do. It's like I was talking about fatty liver. And what? 1 in every 4 men and women have it and are doing nothing. I was talking to one of my dear friends and clients who was telling me how a woman had non-alcoholic fatty liver, did nothing, and now has progressed, and now she has cirrhosis of the liver. And she's got to live with it because when you get to stage 4, you can't reverse it at that point. Only thing you can do now is just hope you can get in line to get a liver transplant, to get a replacement. And that line is getting longer and longer. So for those of you who continue to do nothing, there's an opportunity for you to do something. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm going to highlight Black women in this talk, is because the stats are mind-blowing to me. Right? When you look at someone who, compared to white women, who are 3 times more likely to develop diabetes, 3 times. And Caucasian women are developing it big time. And if they're developing it big time, and you're 3 times more likely to develop it, yet we do nothing? I mean, come on. I mean, really? With all the talk about health and well-being, we're seeing the data. This is an epidemic. Nearly 12% of all Black women aged 20 and older right now have this disease. And approximately 1 in 4 Black women over the age of 55 are diabetic. Now, we know that 1 in 10 people are diabetic, but when it comes to Black women, 1 in 4 are diabetic, and most of them don't even want to look at their glucose numbers. I have clients like this they don't even want to look at it. I ask them, what's your fasting glucose? Oh, yeah, I forgot. They don't want to look at it. They rather sweep it under the rug and do nothing. Now, my goal is not to be mean. And some of those people, they won't even listen to this because they don't want to do anything. They don't want to look at it. But for those who I keep on board, and you're still hearing my voice, there's a way you can do something about this. Now, Black women, this is another stat, who develop gestational diabetes while pregnant face a 52% increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes in the future compared to Caucasian women who are also diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Why is there such a big disparity there? Can someone help me understand this? That means if you have 10 women, Black women, who have gestational diabetes while they're pregnant, 5 of those women, we know 100% based on all the data, will be a type 2 diabetic. That is an injustice. Black women, compared with their white counterparts, are more likely to experience type 2 diabetes complications, such as going blind, renal disease, and limb amputations. Matter of fact, Black women are 3 times more likely to lose a limb. And type 2 diabetes is the 4th leading cause of death and disability for Black women. And we do nothing. I do a live, I put the data in front of people where 9 out of 10 people that we work with that become a client who are pre-diabetic or have type 2 diabetes, we fully reverse it. Fully reverse it. And some of you know of a Black woman, and you know of a Latina, or you know of someone who has type 2 diabetes. And I'm wondering why you won't tell them about what we are doing for people. When you have 9 out of 10 people that you're reversing their type 2 diabetes. My question to you, for those who hear my voice, why aren't you telling this? And maybe you are, but my question, if you aren't, why aren't you? My question would be, what's going on? Why are you not? When we know the road people are going down, same as fatty liver. Some of you have fatty liver and your doctor says, oh yeah, you have fatty liver. Should I be worried? Is your question. And the doctor says, oh no, a lot of my patients have it. Well, in 1979, nobody had non-alcoholic fatty liver. And here we are in 2023, 1 in 4 adults have it. And we're just nonchalant about it. And you could actually fix it with food as medicine. I mean, come on. Come on, you guys. Really. Really. Talk to me. I would love for some black woman to get on here and to tell me either be quiet or why am I talking about it, or they challenge me, because you can't. This is happening. And this is, I'm not being mean. I'm like, I'm talking about it because who else is talking about it? Is Roland Martin talking about it on his podcast? Is Steve Harvey talking about it on his radio show? Is Ricky Smiley talking about it? No, they're not. And if they are talking about it, it's a stat that they're sharing. And here I am reversing 92% of people who have it. I'm getting them to where they no longer have it. And nobody's talking about it. And I've done a lot in the media world. I've done a lot of TV. I've met most of the people I just mentioned. I send out press releases. Is the Breakfast Club talking about it? But the people listening are living with it. It's mind-blowing to me. I mean, it really is. It's mind-blowing. And as Jack LaLanne once told me, he goes, Robert, if you're excited about something, don't keep it a secret. That's one of my most favorite moments I had with the late, great Jack LaLanne. And then when I was with Dick Gregory, I mean, I wish I could just openly share with you how he said to me when I brought up stuff like this. And if you guys know who Dick Gregory is, the late, great Dick Gregory, he kept it real all the time. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how do you help people? Because they do want to be helped. I believe they want to be helped. I believe some of you have fatty liver. And I know you do, because I talked to a couple of them. We had a few slots. I threw it out there. And I'm excited because I got a few people who took me up on it. And I'm going to coach them. And I can't wait to reverse their fatty liver. It's going to be gone. And I'll announce it and I'll share it on social media. And some people will hear me when that happens, and they'll still have fatty liver. And maybe they'll go from stage 1 to stage 2. And most of them won't know because their doctors aren't keeping a close eye on it. You just have fatty liver. Next thing you know, 5 years goes by, 10 years go by. You went from stage 1 to stage 2. You still don't even know about it. Then you're at stage 3, where you can still reverse it. And then 20 years has gone by. And then you go in, or you start to have a cough, or you start to have a little bit of challenges here and there. And you go, I need to check this out. Something's not right. And then they do a biopsy and they go, oh, you're stage 4. You have cirrhosis of the liver. You go, oh, I don't drink. I don't even drink alcohol. How can I have stage 4? How can I have cirrhosis? Oh, it's called non-alcoholic fatty liver. And because you allowed it to continue, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't allow anything. When you first told me about fatty liver, you didn't say that I needed to do something about it. Well, you were stage 1. It wasn't that big of a deal back then. Hey, that was 20 years ago. Wait a minute. I'm living my best life. I'm about to retire. I'm about to have some fun times. I'm going to start to go on some travel and do some things. And now you're telling me that I got cirrhosis of the liver? Something that I could have fixed? Well, look, we need to deal with where you are right now. Man, I don't want you guys to be in that kind of situation. Work your whole damn life. Hope to one day have love in your life and to be in a nice and healthy place and be able to take a little vacation here, even if they're staycations. And now you got to like get in line for a transplant. And if you're getting in the line for a transplant, guess what? There's going to be a whole bunch of people in line for a transplant. It only is getting worse, you guys. Now, what could you do today, even without becoming one of our clients? Well, you could drink more water. You could be more mindful with your food. You could start to exercise if you're not. And you definitely want to just do what is necessary where you do the right thing. And in order to do the right thing, I wish it was cut and dry. I wish I could share something that's aside from drinking water, getting rest, and some of the basics. But there's so many different foods out there and ingredients that aren't helping, that will help cause fatty liver. I don't really I don't want to give a blanket statement. So, and everybody's different and unique. Yeah, it's fascinating when you look at this, when you look at the studies. Like I was talking to my mom about this last night, and I get like pretty heated and she gets heated, and we have a really good conversation. And my mom was like, yeah, it's pretty sad. I said, Mom, think about it. There's people that that know what I do and have done to help people, and they ain't doing nothing. Lord, help us. I want to pray and go, Lord, help these people, because when people are in that situation, when they wish they had eaten and done things differently, and they get to that place where it's too late, they don't go on social media or get on the phone or record a video to let people know, hey, don't do what I did and not do anything. You can do something different. And then I get it. Some of you guys are constantly looking for excuses. Well, I got a birthday party. Well, I got to do this. Well, I'm traveling a lot. Well, okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what to say. Except for, if you're ready, you can do it. I think what happens with a lot of people who are dealing with situations like this and they don't really know what to do, they don't know what to do. And what I mean by that is that when they think of eating healthier and maybe improving their condition, they think that you have to eat a certain way that is not exciting. And that's because they have misinformation. And they don't really know how to learn how to eat. Because all the people that could potentially help them aren't helping them. Because everybody's in a rush. I mean, how many of you have a father that's a type 2 diabetic and they just are managing it? How many of you know of someone who's a type 2 diabetic and they just resort to managing it? How many of you know people who are now faced with dialysis and that's part of their management? How many people do you know that are taking blood pressure medication, not knowing that being on that med, the outcome in the end is not to their favor, that they will not live to their full potential? And the last years of their life will not be lives of quality, but will be lives of challenge. Yet, the way they deal with their blood pressure is manage it by taking meds. How many of you have been on high blood pressure medication or maybe taken statins, and your doctor has never sat down with you and said, hey, let's create a plan to get you off of these meds? That doesn't happen. Have you ever wondered why that doesn't happen? Why is it that your doctor does not sit down with you and create a plan on how to get off the meds? Well, one, they may have fooled themselves to think, well, being on the meds is not, that's working right now and you're good. Because they're thinking management. How do you manage your health? You manage it. How do you improve your health? That's a whole different story. That's not part of management. I mean, I guess it could be, but when I say improve, I'm thinking strategy. I'm thinking tactics. I'm like, okay, how are we going to be able to like manage and see the results so that I know that I'm eventually getting off these meds? That's what I do. That's what our coaches do. We like to help you create the strategy, create the benchmarks, and get off the meds. Because the people who stay on the meds, what is the outcome like for them? It's never good. It's never good. Most people don't even go online and look at their side effects. Most people are just, again, just manage. It's just part of the management. Let's just manage our lives instead of thrive with our lives. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up because when I look at it, I can't just be quiet about it. Hispanic ladies out there, Black women, come on, you guys. Let's do something about this. I mean, I have some coaches right now that are challenged with their blood sugar and their diabetes. And some of them ain't doing nothing about it. I mean, what are you waiting on? You just want to wait until it just gets really bad? If you need help, that's when you reach out to a coach. You don't reach out to a coach when life is going great. I mean, you can. In the words of JFK, that's fixing the roof when the sun is shining. But when you're not feeling good and you feel like you can't get momentum and you feel like you just can't get going, that's when you humble up and you reach out to a coach. And what's the worst thing that can happen? There is no worst thing. It's only up when you get a coach, because now you have someone helping you. You have built-in accountability, and that's what's going to move you forward. We live in an interesting time, you guys, where we must learn to navigate around food. That is why we're having this virtual conference, Food is Medicine. Okay, so I'm going to leave that unless you guys have some questions. And let me just share with you that as of this morning, for our Food as Medicine upcoming virtual conference, woo! I have a new featured superstar. I mean, a science guru who knows a lot about the climate. She has a new book out. I'm gonna promote it big time. I think this woman is amazing. I've been a fan for years, and she will help you gain clarity about climate change. So why would I be thinking about climate change as a nutritionist? Well, climate change is one of the reasons why a certain group of people are saying we need to stop eating meat and eat more plant-based foods. Climate change is the reason that they're pushing a lot of seed oils on us instead of close to nature oils. Climate change, I actually heard some experts say, was part of why we have an increase in obesity. So climate change ties right in with the way we farm, the way food's being manufactured, how we get food. Decisions are being made, policies are being created based on what some people are defining as a major concern around climate change. And the concern is based on people feeling that certain practices, certain ways, like whether you grow a cow, how you farm, that's playing a role on climate change. Man, it's getting really weird. So we are lucky. For those of you who are going to be in the conference, Food is Medicine, you get to hear from someone who has a solid source, who is not biased and just kind of looks at the science for where it is and where it's landed up until right now. That's going to be pretty awesome. And you'll be able to, when you hear somebody talking about certain things and they encourage you to want to buy or eat lab grown meat or go for, meat alternatives, and they base that recommendation off the damage they believe that, raising and growing cows and chickens is maybe contributing toward climate change. Well, it'd be nice to know the truth and have clarity around it. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. Anyway, you guys, I shared some information. I didn't want to make it a gloomer. I do want this to be motivating because here's the deal. There's a way to improve your situation. So your current situation, when it comes to your health, your weight, does not have to be your final situation. You have things that you can do, and people like me are here to help you. All right? So, anyway, I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you. If you've got any questions, you can always go to our website at dietfreelife.com. We're making some changes to the website, so you'll be able to go there and get the most recent recipe. So we're going to have like a recipe of the week, and then you'll have access to all of the past recipes of the week. So that's being added to the website. And then all of the seminars that we do online, if you want to catch some of the past ones, you'll be able to go to the website and get access there, as well as a whole bunch of other cool things that we're going to be making available on the website. So remember, dietfreelife.com, and you can join our community. We have a free way of joining the community, which I'm going to make that link available on the website. And then we have things like our 8-week fat loss challenge, as well as other things that we're making available on the website that you can access. Okay. So I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, and check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so that whenever we upload information, you will be notified, and then you can listen in or watch at your convenience. Until the next one, I'm Robert Ferguson. Peace.